Hello and welcome everyone to episode 9 of season 2 of DigiTales. मेरा नाम फैजान सैयद है, फाउंडर एंड सीईओ ऑफ ईस्ट रिवर, और आज मेरे साथ मौजूद हैं एक बहुत मशहूर शख्सियत जो इमेज बिल्डिंग पे काम करती हैं, आपकी लुक चेंज कर सकती हैं, ट्रांसफॉर्म कर सकती हैं. She's been in this business for over 30 years. She's gotten a range of salons located nationwide in Pakistan. उनका एक अपना ब्रांड है जीरो मेकअप के नाम से. Miss Nabila.
Thank you, Faizan, for a wonderful introduction. It's lovely to be here. I'm well.
मुझे एक बात बताइए, सबसे पहला मेरा ये सवाल है, where you are today, was this always the plan? और क्या आप जहाँ पे आप पहुँची हैं, इस तरह कैसे आप पहुँची? क्योंकि बाल काटना, स्टाइलिंग करना एक बड़ा यूनिक इंडिविजुअल टैलेंट है और you're only one person. तो इस बिजनेस को स्केल करना एक बड़ा सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज है. तो क्या आपके दिमाग में स्केल हमेशा से था, या वाज दिस समथिंग यू लर्नड इनटू कि लोगों को एम्पावर करके ग्रो करके स्केल करना? क्योंकि आपकी स्किल दूसरों में ट्रांसफर करना इन इटसेल्फ इज अ बिजनेस. हाउ डिड यू गो अबाउट दैट?
So I had to empower other people and grow my team. उस टाइम पे मुझे जो मेरे सबसे ट्रस्टेड लोगों ने कहा, कभी ना सिखाना, ये चले जाएंगे. I'm talking about 25 years ago. Like
कि किसी और को आप टैलेंट सिखाएं ना.
हाँ, बिल्कुल ना सिखाएं तो छोड़ के चले जाएंगे.
तो आप बिजनेस स्केल कैसे करेंगे?
Exactly. So I'm talking at least 31, 32 years, because within 2-3 years मुझे समझ आ गई कि I need to train people and grow naturally. So उन्होंने कहा नहीं सिखाएं, लेकिन मैंने कहा देखो, अगर मैं 100 लोगों को सिखाऊंगी और 50 चले जाएंगे, मेरे पास तो फिर भी 50 होंगे, which is better than doing alone.
बिल्कुल.
So that was the hardest part. You know, when I realized that, and for 10 years at least, I had to get a team, pay them salary, and ask कि बैठे रहो, एक दिन तुम्हारे पास लोग आएंगे. I will send you clients. और अभी ऐसा है कि my clients are so happy with my team, I just go there for Instagram pictures.
So बिल्कुल ही वक्त बदल गया आपका तो.
बिल्कुल. So उसमें 15 साल जो लगे ना, वो मेरा सबसे बड़ा ऑब्स्टिकल था, मेरा नाम. वीकनेस भी
ये ऑब्स्टिकल था, यानी कि आपका नाम एक ऑब्स्टिकल बन गया था.
हाँ, to overcome Nabila and empower others took 15 years. That was a weakness, and now I've turned it into a strength, that I'm going to leverage my name and sell you products. So you don't need my hands.
Right. What an interesting way to look at it. I mean, no one really thinks कि उन्हीं का नाम एक obstacle हो सके. इसी में मुझे एक बात बताएं, आपने बात की customers की. Customers, and I think you've probably over the last 30 plus years encountered all types of people from all walks of life. Tell me of your most challenging customer experience, and what did it teach you?
You know, mashallah se, there hasn't been any big issues. There hasn't been any big issues. लेकिन मेरी एक कोशिश होती है कि मैं उनको कहती हूँ कि मुझे आप अच्छी चीजें ना बताएं. Tell me the worst. Tell me the unhappy clients, and then we will convert them. So I usually get someone to call them. Sometimes it's me. Sometimes I personally do their hair myself if they are not happy with the team. And so we want happy customers, and that's very important to us. So एक बंदा नहीं था, लेकिन ये एक constant struggle है कि not to leave any unhappy clients unattended.
And so what was the learning when you would get involved with them directly? You said कि मैं खुद इनके बाल काटती थी. इसमें से आप क्या सीखती थी कि लोग खुश क्यों नहीं होते थे? क्या उनकी एक actual challenging issue था, या एक जनरली लोगों के कभी कभार दिमाग में चीज होती है वो क्लैरिफाई करनी होती है? What was it that caused the unhappiness?
So you see, I think if we divide the haircut into 5 parts, cut is just one part of it. The first part is consultation, and consultation में ये कि आपने let's say कि 40 minutes का 45 minutes का appointment book किया है. So basically वॉश, कंडीशन, कट एंड ट्रिम के अंदर उन्होंने 40-45 मिनट में निकलना है, और उससे पहले आपने समझना है कि इनको क्या चाहिए, सो दैट दे लीव हैप्पी.
ठीक है.
Clients always don't know how to express what they want, and I tell stylists don't listen to what they're saying because they don't know how to use the right jargon.
Right.
for me my hair is very long because I haven't cut it in 4 months. और कभी किसी के waist length बाल हैं और वो shoulder length जा रही हैं तो उनके लिए वो बहुत छोटे हैं. So short hair, long hair, layers, long layers, front short, not short, color light, gold, ash, brown, soft, hard, like ये सारी चीजें. So I say कि spend a lot of time in getting into their brain and figuring out what they want to want.
Interesting. And how do you do that? Knowing your audience. मतलब ये marketing का, I think marketing 101 is find who the target audience is, understand the audience, get to know the audience. How do you get to know the audience जो बाल कटवाने आ रहे हैं, शायद वो express नहीं कर पा रहे हैं या सही jargon नहीं use कर रहे हैं, तो उनके दिमाग में आप कैसे घुसते हैं?
So I keep a lot of visuals in front of me. When they say short, I ask them what is short for you. When they say light, I say, what is light for you? Is this light for you? We have references, we have extensions, we have the shade chart. Like visual references ho, to manage kar sakte hain aapke expectations. And then I also tell my team to go slow. Because if you cut less, you can always go ahead, spend 20 minutes extra, make it shorter. But if you go scissor happy, then you can't fix it. So we are conservative. We are a little conservative. But we're short.
This is very, very valuable insight. I think this is for all marketeers also. Okay, bhai, get references because everyone's use of the word short, long, dark, light, हर बंदे के दिमाग में उसके मायने अलग होती है. But reference जब दिखाते हैं तो both people are on the same page and moving slow, step by step, I think is an important point. Okay, you can always go faster, but if you go too fast, you can't come back from a haircut.
Exactly, and managing expectations, so that they are aligned with you. Sometimes they need to know कि ये नहीं हो सकता या ये एक सिटिंग में नहीं होगा या ये एक साल के बाद बढ़ेंगे. So managing expectations and under committing, over delivering.
Right. And so when you think from a client point of view, if you were to train a client कि आप अपने needs को किस तरह express कर सकते हैं, ठीक है, आपने references का एक example use किया जो आप लोग use करते हैं. लेकिन from a client perspective, is there anything a client can do to better express themselves कि ये मेरी needs हैं? वो अपनी needs को बेहतर कैसे समझ सकते हैं?
So again, visual references. I encourage my clients to bring in images, अपनी पुरानी तस्वीरें कि जो उनको पसंद है वो तस्वीरें, जो नहीं पसंद है वो तस्वीरें. It's very important to rule out what you don't want. Even when you don't know what you do want. So I again, encourage them to bring in stuff and read up before they come because industry has mushroomed and a lot of people just in it to make money. They don't know the science of it, they're not educated, and the clients don't know their rights. So I want the clients to really read up and come and be very difficult.
And be difficult. Be demanding.
Absolutely. Because that's when we can show you that we are the professionals who know how to handle difficult clients.
Interesting. Was there a time where you had a customer experience that was so rewarding कि आपने बस कहा कि यार, this is why I do this?
So, every haircut, although, I've been accused कि हम लोग बहुत सारे celebrities करते हैं और, media में बहुत in है, तो regular clients का क्या होता है, but, people forget that 9 to 5 or in our case 10 to 8, we do regular clients and that's what pays our bills. And every time, hair is a very intimate thing and it's also a malleable thing. It's the only malleable part of the body. And I tell my clients that, you can't change your nose or your husband, but you can change your hair. So do that.
Right.
So
अब तो वो भी change हो जाते हैं वैसे.
बिल्कुल हाँ, मगर इतने हर 6 हफ्ते में नहीं हो सकते ना.
महंगा पड़ जाता है.
बिल्कुल. So I encourage them to go for a change.
Right.
And it's very, very heartening to see if we do a good job, we bring a smile on their face. We give them the confidence. And if your hair looks good or your style looks good, then, you feel good about yourself. So that's something that we really believe in. So everyone is very special. But I would say our cancer patients, जिनके बाल गिर गए हैं या उनके बाल नए उग रहे हैं, they don't know how to carry short hair. We give them the strength to carry short hair with confidence, give them a really nice haircut, etc. So उनकी जो feelings होती हैं and how we could touch them, make them happy, either with it's with like fake hair or wigs or whatever. That for me is very, very rewarding. But recently, I don't know if you've seen our YouTube, the Nabila channel, we started doing makeovers for real people.
Okay.
And just to break the myth that we only work with stylists, so literally real people with interesting stories are coming to us, and those makeovers, oh, you should see when I'm shooting that, I'm like over the moon because I love transformation.
Right. And so this story, this very, very nice point you brought up, you're working with people who are suffering through an illness, especially whether it's hair loss and their confidence is affected. Do you think that when you help them rebuild their confidence through their beauty, yeah, it helps with their illness? It gives them a drive, a motivation to help fight that illness. Have you seen examples of that?
It's a very small part that we play, but I tell you, when their hair looks good, it gives them the I think the zest, the drive, the power to fight back. And recently, Dr. Simi Jamali is one case because she is going through a tough time. And she was so devastated about her hair. And the minute, I spoke to her about her hair and I showed her options. I said, worst case scenario, hum ye kar lenge, ye kar lenge, ye kar lenge. Abhi to just enjoy yourself and just let's make it look good, So she has become such a dear friend, and she's like so thankful. But I feel that's the least we can do. That's the least we can do. And it does help.
A time you almost gave up. पूरे इतने सालों में कभी एक ऐसा वक्त तो आया होगा जहाँ आपने कहा ये बहुत मुश्किल है, मुझसे नहीं हो रहा है. How did you get through that?
अच्छा, मुझसे नहीं हो रहा है तो मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा. मुश्किल वक्त जरूर आया है, लेकिन I don't give up. I will steer through the ways. I will change the ways. I will bend, but I will not break. So मुश्किलें तो आती हैं. अभी भी we are growing, and to grow in a country where we can't go to schools and pick up the best students. We don't have beauty schools over here, so everything is grassroots level. और बड़े challenges होते हैं, और फिर आप इनकी सॉफ्ट स्किल्स नहीं डेवलप हुए हैं और एकदम से उनकी स्किल हो जाए, उनको क्लाइंटेल मिलने शुरू हो जाए, उनको पैसे आने शुरू हो जाए, तो बदहजमी हो जाती है. So then they just make some silly choices, जिसकी वजह से वो भी डैमेज होते हैं, हम भी डैमेज होते हैं. So that's a constant thing, but I think that's the price I have to pay for working here.
You've always been about women empowerment, कि औरतों को कुछ ना कुछ करते रहना चाहिए. आप you're famous for having said कि अगर घर से बैठ के अचार भी बेचें तो ये भी करना चाहिए. इसमें जो आपका जो चैलेंज था जर्नी में, young kids, young business, giving both of them, the young kids and the young business, the time at that point बहुत जरूरी है for उनकी सही nurturing और upbringing के लिए. How did you juggle that time, and what can, let's say, aspiring women learn from that?
So I was a very young mother. I was a teenage mother basically, and I grew up with my kids and with my business, and balancing the two, like you said, wasn't easy. There was always this guilt that working mothers have. और मैंने मतलब एक तो उस टाइम पर टाइम मैनेजमेंट इज द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग. लर्निंग टू मैनेज योर टाइम. How you're going to spend quality time with your kids, when is you say no to the clients, when you say no to the home, when you are available to the kids. There was a time when my kids were in Singapore, they were in a boarding house there. तो पीछे की जो दीवार है उस पे 2 साल का कैलेंडर बना हुआ था कि उनकी किस दिन छुट्टी हो रही है, किस दिन फ्लाइट होगी, किस दिन ऊपर आएंगे, किस दिन मैं जाऊंगी, किस दिन पेरेंट्स टीचर मीटिंग है सिंगापुर में. So like I had a 2-year calendar to follow. That's when I was
very organized.
Yeah, so time management at that point, lekin healing from it, as they started to grow, and then I was struggling when they were teenage, Zakir and Zaire, and I was still a very young mother. So I had to learn a lot of things, and some things weren't going my way, and I had a lot of working mother's guilt at that time कि मेरी वजह से ये हुआ है, मेरी वजह से ये हुआ है. So I had to go for therapy and heal from that and tell myself that if I did what I thought was best at that time, and now I will do better, and tomorrow I will do better. So when I know better, I will do better, and that's the only commitment that I can make to myself. I can't beat myself up कि मैंने उस वक्त उनको 8 बजे क्यों सुला के मैं डिनर पे क्यों गई, which was the case because I used to have my friends उस time पे रिजवान बेग and all, we used to get together at 8 p.m. and go for dinner etc. तो मुझे तो होता था बच्चे जल्दी से सो जाएं, and when they wouldn't sleep, I had to literally tear myself apart from them and go. And when they went, I was 35 when I was an empty nester. They had gone to Singapore for their high school. And I used to cry so much thinking, now they're gone and I won't get that childhood back. That's what I had to heal from and say that, अगर मैंने उस वक्त अपना काम पे ध्यान नहीं दिया होता, then they wouldn't benefit from me and my next generations wouldn't benefit from me because I made those choices and I did the hard work. So hindsight, I would be a better mother. I would give more time to my kids. But I think अब जैसे भी हो गया है default से, I have to just forgive myself and look at the blessings.
आप blessing ऐसे भी देखें ना, both the kids are now with you in the business, right?
Exactly. So I had never.
घूम के तो वापस आ गए आपके साथ, and now in fact the gap, the period that was missing, that you let them sort of free, ended up paying dividends because they're helping you expand what you built over the years.
Exactly. So I did the right thing, and the kids see the right thing. And I never thought the kids would take after my business because my ex-husband was an industrialist, and I thought he is the one who's going to guide them with the career, etc. But both of them came and worked with me. We fight a lot because, we are all very strong personalities and we don't see eye to eye on a lot of matters. But then, they keep me in check. They're young. They bring the freshness to the brand. They're taking it forward. They're current. So I have to learn from them and they learn from my experience and wisdom. And I'm not complaining. So that the moral of the story is do the right thing. Keep doing the right thing to the best of your ability.
Interesting. And you mentioned earlier, healing, कि आप अपने आप को time दें, कि आप नई चीज सीखें, फिर अपने आप को उसमें से, you get over the guilt. इसके साथ आपने एक adopt किया अपनी life में, the concept of mindfulness, yoga, and you have a very rigid schedule जहाँ पे सुबह you wake up and spend an hour and a half with yourself. And how has that helped you, and how would you say that everyone should incorporate that in their life? कि अपने लिए 1 घंटा निकालना बहुत मुश्किल काम है, और वो भी सुबह. So how did you incorporate this into your life, and how has it benefited you in the healing process?
Healing के लिए सबसे जरूरत ये है कि आप अपने आप को prioritize करें, जो कि हम नहीं करते. We are nurturers and we are givers, but जैसे आप जहाज में बैठे तो कहते हैं ना, ऑक्सीजन पहले आप अपने को लगाएं फिर बच्चे को लगाएं, because if you want to survive. So you need to take care of yourself. Now, whichever way you like to take care of yourself, and I would say inside out, जैसे आपने कहा आप 36 किलोमीटर साइकिल चलाते हैं सुबह. So how lovely is that? Physically भी आप fit हैं, mentally भी आपने सुबह को fresh air ली, fresh mind से, there's a good feeling about getting those adrenaline.
बिल्कुल है.
तो उसी तरह से हर एक के लिए अलग चीज होती है. हर एक के लिए अलग होता है. कुछ प्रेयर्स में खुश होते हैं, कुछ वॉक पे चले जाते हैं, कुछ बच्चों के साथ खेलते हैं, कुछ पेट्स के साथ खेलते हैं. So I started yoga about I think 15-16 years ago. And I realized उससे पहले I used to work out with Mr. Asia. I used to go to the gym.
Wow.
So I realized that yoga was a lot more. It gave me more results. It made me leaner, and it also gave me like internal wellness. And then recently, as in like 5 years ago, this autumn, I came across Sadhguru, and he practices inner engineering. So inner engineering में वो ये कहते हैं कि आप you're like a car जिसके जो 4 पहिए हैं, let's say physical, emotional, mental, and they don't use the word spiritual, but you know your spirit ही बोल रहे हैं, I think, you know, energies,
जहाँ से
inner
belief
energies.
emanate करता है.
If they are 4, sorry,
जहाँ से belief emanate करता है.
जी जी जी. So उसको जब अलाइन करते हैं तो then you are like a car, you can run because your job is to make sure it's all aligned every day.
Interesting.
So I really think it works, and उसके वजह से I practice inner engineering, but it's basically a science which is a combination of physical, mental, you know, chanting, breathing, meditating, all of that. So you know, I feel like I'm aligned with the universe. I'm aligned with the higher power energies, and I feel like I'm ready to take on the challenge every day.
You think they should teach this in the schooling system? कि ये जो आपने बात की कि अपने आप को टाइम दें, अपनी इंजीनियरिंग को ठीक करें, तभी आप जो आपके इर्द गिर्द हैं, फैमिली मेंबर्स हैं, आपके काम में लोग हैं, आप उनको सही तरीके से लेके चल सकते हैं, and you can do justice to those relationships. ये जो आपने अभी सीखा है the last 5 years, क्या ये हमें schools में सिखाना चाहिए? आप vocational training की बहुत बड़ी proponent हैं, but I'm curious कि something like this seems very important to have in our entire education system.
Yeah, absolutely. लेकिन teacher appears when the student is ready. So I don't know if we are ready for this, क्योंकि हमें होता है कि जल्दी से कोई ऐसा हुनर सीख लें कि पैसे आ जाएं, और ऑफिस में भी 1 घंटा ब्रेक देना के बजाय कुछ काम करवा लो क्योंकि पैसे दिए हैं. तो हमारी मेंटालिटी कब चेंज होगी जब हम समझें कि हमारी इनर वेलनेस, अभी तो आउटर फिटनेस भी ठीक नहीं हुई, तो इनर पे थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा हमारे मुल्क को. लेकिन एब्सोल्युटली आई एग्री विद यू, दैट शुड बी पार्ट ऑफ एवरी corporate culture and schooling system.
You have launched a brand, Zero Makeup. You know, you're in the business of image building and you're in the business of applying makeup. Makeup लगा के salon में, अब आपने brand launch किया जहाँ पे आप कह रही हैं कि makeup नहीं है. ये contradiction नहीं है एक तरह से?
So my life is full of dichotomy. You know, I don't know if it's yin yang. I don't know if it's polar opposites. Like I said, के cash in and pay back. You know, so I balance the two. So इसी तरह से zero makeup मैंने बनाया इसलिए कि I have terrible dark circles and I was born with them. And you know, till I was a teenager, वो अम्मी skin specialist के पास ले जाती थी, ये लगा लो, वो लगा लो, ये दवाई पी लो, रात को सो, stress नहीं लो, पानी पियो, ये वो. And I realized nothing is working. So I made the right color and the right pigment so it could cover my dark circles without looking like makeup. And it worked, and that's what I started to make for a lot of my friends, clients, etc., and then eventually launched 5 years ago. So the reason I call it zero makeup is because it doesn't look like makeup, and the reason I had to make it is because हमारे brown skin के अलग requirement है, उसके अलग undertones हैं, उसके लिए अलग pigments चाहिए, हमारी lighting अलग है, हमारी coloring अलग है, हमारी पिगमेंट की भी कलरिंग अलग है. So therefore you need a proper science for it, and nobody is making it. If you see the market, there is white and there is black, and there is white and black claiming brown. Okay, so my strength is that I am brown, I have skin issues, I have 35 years of hands-on experience of brown people, and then I have access to the best technology in the world. And you know, I work with labs in Germany to make this product. So zero makeup is the 101 of makeup. कि आपकी पहले skin ऐसे लगे कि you were born beautiful or born like without many imperfections, and then you can build on it. Then you can wear your blue eyeshadow and red lipstick and you know highlight your face or hair or whatever. But at least basic तो हो जाए. So that's the concept of zero makeup, and it's almost like makeup.
Interesting. लेकिन एक चैलेंज जो है मेकअप में, पाकिस्तानी ब्रांड्स हैं काफी मेकअप में, मोस्ट ऑफ द मेकअप इज नॉट मेड इन पाकिस्तान, इट्स ऑल इम्पोर्टेड, राइट? ऐसा वक्त आएगा कि पाकिस्तान में हम मेकअप बनाने शुरू करें? व्हाट्स द चैलेंज? व्हाई आर वी अनएबल टू मेक गुड मेकअप इन पाकिस्तान?
No, there are companies that are making makeup in Pakistan. अभी सबको आसानी हो गई है, चाइना से आता है because it's cheaper. But पाकिस्तान में बन रहा है, जैसे without naming many brands, वो Swiss Miss, Revlon, Medora, ये सारे local brands थे पहले, हम यही यूज करते थे. अभी भी इनके प्रोडक्ट्स बहुत अच्छे हैं.
लेकिन most of their ingredients imported
बनेंगे.
बाहर से लाते हैं. यहाँ से अपनी organic homegrown industry नहीं है as such. काफी इनकी ingredients बाहर से आते हैं, चीजें import करते हैं. They just kind of, let's say, assemble and pack it together. Local industry को develop करने में कि हर चीज पाकिस्तानी हो. What is the challenge? यहाँ पे रुकावट क्या है?
So color cosmetics में बड़ा मुश्किल होगा because वो सारी चीजें बाहर available बहुत आसानी से हैं, so it's better to use what's available to you. But skin and body and जो organic हमारे components हैं, वो use करके तो definitely यहाँ पर grow हो भी रही है industry. I think awareness की बात है and it'll take some time, but I think हमारे import duties भी इस तरह हैं कि you have no choice. I think that's the next thing to do.
Right. And industry-wise, this is my last question. I've taken up a lot of your time. Industry-wise, ये beauty industry जो है, image building industry हो गई, आप इसमें let's say salons include कर लें, makeup include कर लें. Over the next 5 to 10 years, if you had to pick one part of this entire industry जहाँ पे आप focus करें, I see a lot of potential within this area. चाहे वो makeup हो गया, चाहे वो salons का nationwide network हो गया, चाहे वो hair cutting में हो गया, चाहे institute में हो गया. आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी कहाँ नजर आ रही है कि अगर एक इन्वेस्टर कहता है कि मैंने आके इन्वेस्ट करना है इस पर्टिकुलर एरिया में आ जाए ब्यूटी के, यहाँ पे बहुत अपसाइड है, व्हाट्स दैट एरिया?
मैं औरों की बात नहीं कर सकती, मैं सिर्फ अपनी बात कर सकती हूँ. ठीक है. फॉर मी आई एम फोकसिंग ऑन माय ओन ब्रांड एंड टेकिंग इट इंटरनेशनल,
टेकिंग इट ग्लोबल.
Yes.
Wow. And so Nabila will be available everywhere in the world.
Not Nabila, but my product, my retail product. So I don't have
Zero Makeup.
Yeah, so Zero Makeup is the colored cosmetics. I'm coming up with my own hair care line.
Interesting. And so you've got you went to Vidal Sassoon, उनके भी globally salons मौजूद हैं. Tony and Guy का नाम सुनते हैं हम. Is there ever going to be a day जहाँ पे Nabila का salon global किसी बड़े शहर में होगा?
I don't know, and I'm not working towards it. I want to make sure कि Nabila का shampoo हो, maybe not necessarily the salon, because bricks and mortar are also going a little out of fashion, and
right.
we have a different model that we are growing towards.
Interesting, adapting to the times and visualizing a different future. Thank you so much. Thank you for the chat. बहुत मजा आया मुझे. I really learned a lot today discussing your entire journey and the challenges and obstacles you face as well. And I wish you all the success going forward and an amazing career. And I look forward to seeing your brand globally in wherever you desire it to reach. Thank you once again for the time.
Thank you for having me on your platform. Thank you. I really enjoyed myself.
Thank you everyone for tuning in to episode 9 of season 2. हमारी कोशिश ये रहती है कि हम पूरे पाकिस्तान में से बल्कि पूरी दुनिया में से ऐसी स्टोरीज लेके आए पाकिस्तानियों की जो एक नई चीज़ कर रहे हैं, जिन्होंने मेहनत करके एक चीज़ बनाई हो या पाकिस्तान की बेहतरी के लिए काम कर रहे हैं. तो अगर आपको कोई ऐसी स्टोरी मालूम हो, प्लीज़ हमारे इनबॉक्स में आप मैसेज कीजिए, शेयर कीजिए, हमारे यूट्यूब पेज को लाइक कीजिए और हमारे फेसबुक पे ज़रूर कमेंट्स शेयर कीजिए on what you thought of our episode, and we would love your feedback. Thank you for tuning in.